In the last lecture of electronic measurement and instrumentation, we have seen how can we measure very low currents by using an operational amplifier. To measure a very low value of current, first of all, we have to amplify the current, we have to boost the current to a certain level, and this amplified current then applied to the basic PMMC emitter circuit, so that the emitter circuit can be able to measure the current accurately. So an input stage of amplification is required to amplify the very low currents. In this lecture, we will discuss some probes given in the syllabus, like the probes are used to connect the signal to the multimeter circuit in many cases, like if the input voltage is very large, we cannot connect this input high voltage to the multimeter directly, or if current is very large at the input side, we cannot apply this current directly to the multimeter circuit. So to avoid these conditions, some probes are used to minimize, to down convert the voltage or down convert the current, to lower the value of current or voltage. So in the syllabus, four types of probes are given. The first one is high voltage probe. Multimeter probes are of four types given in the syllabus: high voltage probe, high current probe, Hall effect probe, and another one is radio frequency probe or RF probe. So these are the probes used for the different applications. For measure the very high voltage, high voltage probe can be used. To measure large value of currents, high current probe is used. Hall effect probe is used to measure both type of quantities. Either it may be DC quantity or it may be AC quantity. And radio frequency probes are used to measure the strength, or we can say that to measure the voltage or current of large high frequency signals up to some typically up to 500 megahertz. So we will discuss high voltage probe, which is basically a voltage divider circuit. In this high voltage probe, we will connect the input voltage through a voltage divider circuit. Like suppose the voltmeter is here, a potential divider circuit is used, so that this is input voltage which we have to measure. These two resistances can divide the input potential. So in voltmeter probe, in the high voltage probe, the input voltage is divided by 1000 and then it is applied to the voltmeter circuit. So if input voltage is V in, then the voltage part will appear here is V in by 1000. So in this probe, a very high voltage can be converted to a very low voltage, and then it can be applied to the voltmeter. And in the reading at the scale, in the reading of the voltmeter, whatever the reading is, we will multiply the same value with this quantity 1000. Whatever I get at the scale of this voltmeter, I will multiply with 1000 on the scale, and then I will get the accurate value of the input voltage. So this is a kind of voltage divider circuit in which the voltage which has to be measured is first down converted, or we can say that like a transformer, like a step down transformer, it will lower the input voltage and then apply to the voltmeter, and then at the scale when we will take the reading, we will multiply the reading by 1000, and we will get the accurate result. So in the high voltage probe, the point is, it is basically a voltage divider circuit, that's it. And the next one is high current probe. In the high current probe, a current transformer is used to lower the value of current. The current which has to be measured is passed through the core of the transformer. This wire works as primary winding of the transformer, and the winding is then feeded to the secondary winding is feeded to the ammeter circuit. Like suppose this is the core of the transformer. The suppose secondary winding is here, and the current which has to be measured is passed through this core. Suppose the current is I. This current will induce some voltage here, and this voltage is then applied to the ammeter circuit. So in the high current probe, the current passing through the core of the transformer induce some current in the secondary winding of the coil, in the secondary winding of the transformer, and this induced current then flow through the ammeter circuit, and this ammeter circuit will measure this induced current. If suppose this current is I1, current flowing in this is in the secondary winding is I2. The voltage, suppose applied voltage here is V1, the voltage induced in the secondary winding is V2. Then we can write the equation as, here suppose number of turns are n, then we can write as V1 upon V2 is equal to N1 upon N2 is equal to I2 by I1. The N1 means this wire works as primary winding for this transformer, and number of turns is only 1 for this wire crossing the core of the transformer. So we can put 1 here in place of N1. In this case, we can find out that the value of current I2, is equal to I1 by, in place of N1, N2, here is N, the current I2 is I1 by N. So like in the high voltage probe, in the same way in the high current probe, the current I1 is divided by a factor n, so that the value of I1 is decreases, and the decreased current I2 is measured by this ammeter circuit. What the transformer is doing here, it is just it is a step up transformer which increases the voltage, but it will reduce the current at the input side of the at the primary winding of the transformer. The current flowing at the primary winding is I1. This current is reduced to I2, and then it is applied to the ammeter circuit. The next one is Hall effect probe. The Hall effect working of the Hall effect probe is based on the principle that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, a small voltage is induced at the terminals of the current carrying conductor. So in this probe, we will put the current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, and voltage developed at the terminals of the current carrying conductor is applied through the voltmeter circuit. Suppose here is a current carrying conductor, the magnetic field is like this. So if this conductor carrying a current, it is placed in a magnetic field, a small potential will be developed in between the terminals of this conductor, and then this potential is applied to the voltmeter circuit, and this voltmeter circuit will measure the potential developed at the terminals of the conductor. This is the working of the Hall effect transducer, and this voltage will be induced either it is carrying AC current or DC current. In both the cases, the potential will develop at the terminals of this conductor if it is placed in a magnetic field circuit. So this is the working of Hall effect probe. And next one is radio frequency probe or RF probe. Some because multimeter have some limitations, it cannot measure very high frequency signals. So to remove this limitation, radio frequency probes are used. In the radio frequency probes, we will simply convert an AC input signal to a DC signal, and then this DC signal is applied to the voltmeter circuit. So to convert the AC into DC, we will use a peak detector circuit, and then we will use the first stage is peak detector, and then we will use a low pass filter to remove the ripples contained in the AC signal, and the remaining DC signal will be applied to the voltmeter circuit. The circuit will be, suppose So this circuit has basically three parts. This is diode D1, this is resistance R1, and suppose this capacitor is C2. This is voltmeter circuit. So this part is peak detector circuit, or we can say that it will work like a clamper. In the next discussion, I will let you know how this circuit can work as a clamper. So this is clamping circuit, and this part is a low pass filter to remove the ripples contained in the signal, and this is voltmeter circuit. Suppose the applied input voltage is something like this. We have a peak Vp, and diode has forward voltage drop, suppose Vf. In this case, we can see that the when the input is positive, means from here to here, when the input is positive, this diode will be in forward biased, means when the diode is forward biased, suppose when this voltage is forward biased, only forward voltage will appear in this path, which is something about 0.7 volt. In the positive cycle, this terminal is positive, is this terminal is negative. Capacitor will charge accordingly, and if the input voltage is Vp, then the voltage appear here will Vp minus Vf, because total voltage is Vp, the voltage drop here is Vf, so the remaining voltage will appear across the capacitor. This is Vp minus V suffix f. Then the voltage which will appear here is, this is 0.7 volt, or we can say that this is V suffix f. Means in the when the this signal is positive, we will get here the signal, we will get this signal only for the positive peak Vf, this portion, because the until and until the this diode is in forward biased, we will get only V suffix f voltage here, and when negative peak comes, this diode becomes reverse biased, means this terminal will be open circuited, and when this peak is negative, means when minus Vp is applied here at the negative peak, means when this is negative and this is positive, suppose the voltage here is E, then we can write equation for this E as E is equal to minus this voltage Vp, which is negative here, positive here, minus Vp minus Vp minus Vf. So this voltage will become equal to E is equal to minus 2 Vp minus V suffix f. it means that the maximum part of the signal will become negative, and when the signal is positive we will get only this portion of the signal in the positive from the ground. So it means that the signal will look something like this. Now this signal will pass through this resistance and this capacitor, which is a low pass filter, and this capacitor will bypass the AC signals in this way, and DC signal will pass to the voltmeter circuit, because the impedance for the capacitor is omega c. If the input signal have, suppose input signal is DC signal, DC signal means the frequency of this signal is 0. If the frequency is 0, it means that the impedance of the capacitor will be infinite. And when the impedance is infinite, this will be open circuited for DC signal, and if it is open circuited, the total voltage which appears here, this voltage will be directly applied to this voltmeter if the given voltage is DC. If the voltage is AC, then it will have some finite frequency. If it will have some finite frequency, it will provide a path, the capacitor will provide a path to the AC signals, and AC signals will flow through this path, and DC signals will go to the voltmeter circuit. In this way, this low pass filter will rectify, or we can say that this low pass filter will remove the AC signals from the given input signal, and they will filter out the DC signal, and DC signal will be applied to the voltmeter. In this way, this clamper will clamp the input signal to a label which is equal to V suffix f, and this low pass filter will remove the AC component from this signal, and DC component will be applied to the voltmeter circuit. This is the working of the radio frequency probe. This is all for today. Thank you.